In this video, we are going to cover the clip and shape step of the manicure. When it comes to length, it would obviously be whatever you're comfortable with. So in my case, I most of the time tend to lean towards shorter nails. Sometimes I try to be ambitious and I try to get a little bit longer. But this is probably the most common length for me. So when it comes to clipping, you don't want to clip and just be done with it because you do need to have a little bit of nail left for the filing off and the shaping. When you're clipping, it does put a lot of pressure on the nail and it is likely for it to split even though you don't see it when you clip it. But they do have, sometimes the layers are not bound together when you clip. So you always want to make sure that you file after you clip. So on this hand, I think I'm gonna stick to this length. This one I just wanted to make the curve a little bit more or a little bit less visible. So once I clip it, I may be clipping it a little bit more in a second, but make sure that once you clip it, that you use the nail edge grit 240. So 240, you'll feel how rough it is. It is a rough grit, and it is to get that shape on your nail. So I'm usually better at this when I'm not shooting a video. But one of the big things I want to point out is do not do the back and forth. You need to file in one direction. And the reason for that is that if you go back and forth, it's going to put a lot of friction on your nail. And as we said, there are layers. And you just want to make sure that you're smoothing it properly. So this is going to help. You want to just go in one direction to keep the nail edge smooth. Okay. Now, which direction you go is entirely up to you. It's what is more comfortable to you. So sometimes you'll hear that you should go outer towards the center and then go outer towards the center. But it really is your preference. You can go one direction all the way around. Okay. So same here. Something also about nail shapes. The preferred nail shapes for short nails is round, square, or what they call squoval. The round, of course, is like this finger here, right? It generally follows the curve of the finger. Square would be more of I think I can show you on this finger. You would want a flat nail clip if you wanted to go for the square look. And it may even help to have the wider nail clippers. But the square look would be that the top is flat and then the sides would be, there would be more of an edge on the sides. So this side here is more of an edge. Still on the square ones, again, depending on how comfortable you are, you just want to make sure that that corner is smooth. So this isn't a perfect example of the square, but I hope you get the idea, where it's long and then it goes flat at the top. And the squoval, or the squared oval, is similar to this, but there's a little bit more of a curve on the sides. So it would just be a matter of getting more of a curve here, not so much of a corner. One other tip. So we all have a dominant hand. Sometimes it's easier to do things. I'm right-handed, so it's probably easier for me to file with my right hand than filing with my left hand. The trick is, whichever your dominant hand is the hand that you should move. So I'm right-handed. When I file my left, you know, it's easy. I could just easy. Now, when I file my right, you always want your dominant hand to be the one that moves. So when I file my right hand, I'm going to move my, and again, it's a little tricky when I'm doing a video, but sometimes you'll find it easier if you always move your dominant hand. So I'm gonna finish these up and perfect them a little bit more. One more thing I want to add when it comes to shaping is a product I highly, highly recommend you have and have everywhere. And this is a glass nail file. So the nice thing about glass nail files is they last a very long time because it's basically textured glass or crystal. And these are very gentle with your nail. So what makes it so great is that because your nail is made out of layers, this is going to seal up those layers. It's gentle enough to where it really can keep those layers from splitting. The other good thing is this is gentle enough to where I was saying earlier that when you file that you should only file in one direction. And I usually file with the glass nail file in one direction anyway, just as a habit. But it's a lot more forgiving if you were to do the back and forth filing because it's that gentle to your nail. So it won't damage the nail as much as a regular nail file. So one of the products I highly, highly recommend is the glass or crystal nail file.